Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that your New Year's Eve and as well day and New Year is going to be joyful and you're going to achieve all you set out to do. And that's what I'm going to be intending to do myself. If you didn't see yesterday, I put out a video with the timeline, basically it's the RichTheMan roadmap. Go and check out the full video to get a real idea. There's time codes of things broken down into kind of explaining what I'm going to be planning at least up until June of 2025 to see that everything is improved visually for the channel. Also, for those that like shorts, I do need to catch up on some stuff, but that's really going to be more like this week. You're going to see, like, no, next week actually, shorts are going to return back to the channel. It's just that, you know, Em does a lot of these and it's unfair over her holiday from work that she's, you know, doing a ton of them. So it's kind of like, you know, fair for that. So next week, these will come back. So we're going to start the MCN with a bit of kind of follow-up from Monday's MCN, which had some not context, but had some coverage about, you know, Deadpool. Basically, I said that, of course, any champion's up for rebalance, but there was further details to that particular point, especially from Daddy Longlegs, giving us some details on how a rotation is likely to be stopped. Some people use this rotation when it comes to the champion, others do not. So a bit more context from the people that actually play the champion. It was an exploit used to generate an obscene amount of charges, much faster than intended. The idea behind the buff was to give him a more reliable way of gaining charges in exchange for removing the exploit, but it's still present. If you're doing combos to SP, this is important, by the way. If you're doing combos to SP2, then SP1 he'll still be good as he is now. So cancelling, skipping to build, less charges, that's it. More charges, but yeah, that's it. I've seen nobody use him like this. I don't, so it changes nothing. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, there are people out there that are, of course, are doing it, but for me, just saying, like, the champion's up for rebalance, if I say, use it like this, use a champion like that, and if any creator's going, use a champion like this, and it gets nerfed, then, and it's like, and as well, confirmed that, Daddy Longer says, as far as I'm concerned, this is still a bug. When we agreed to buff him, my condition was that it'd be fixed. I'll get on it next week. And yeah, so if it gets fixed, then it's like, this is a bit kind of like, we're talking about something that is the context, something that is going to be fixed. Therefore, why are we talking about it? Because it's going to go as a process to play the champion. It's a big kind of circle jerk of weirdness when it comes to coverage. And of course, if you are using the method, like, it's going to go at some stage, or it's going to be on the radar for Kabam to be fixed, or maybe it won't be fixed. But at this stage, throwing around the word nerf is basic, just to say it's up for rebalance, but there is a bug to be fixed. This reminds me of the situation with Mole Man. If you remember, Mole Man came out bugged, right? When Mole Man came out bugged, he would be fixed at a later date, but we didn't know he was going to be fixed. But in this case, we kind of know he will be fixed. Or the caveat is it's been alerted to Kabam to be fixed. So we're going to have to wait to find out if it actually is going to be fixed, this process that not many people use. And breathe. On to the next story, hey? The Banquet event is coming to an end. It's going to end on Friday, but I'm seeing a few posts come up here and there with players being kicked from their respective alliances. Of course, that's never good, it's never fun, and of course there's a frustrating element to all this. It's something that I've messaged Kabam on, and I'm trying to find a bit more clarity to the situation of, well, what can be done when this situation arrives. Of course, things can either be the fault of the alliance, the leader could just, I don't know, just kick people for whatever reason, or the people in the alliance not actually doing certain things they're meant to do. Don't know. You don't know what's behind the curtain with these things. However, when someone gets kicked when they are waiting for things, when it comes to, like, oh great, the Banquet event rank rewards, and you're gone from it, then that of course can be incredibly frustrating, and that is something Kabam need to be aware of how they deal with it. I can't remember in the past how Kabam did deal with it, whether or not there was at one time a kind of a lock within alliances, or there was something where, and I think a lot of players have done this, if you raise a ticket with Kabam, they might be able to help you out. Either way, I do want to get a bit more clarity on this because it's important to players, especially if gone through the situation, and hopefully we find out what is going to be the case, maybe even for the future. But also when situations like this arise and you're like, right, well, I contributed points, number one, and I'm now out, so I don't get any rank rewards. Like, what is going on? Bit of a reminder, on Friday we're going to see the live stream. I'm looking forward to doing a deep dive on that. That should be good to kind of find out what is new in the world of Marvel Contest of Champions and get excited for the new year. Hopefully we find out some future development plans to kind of get us more excited. Also, maybe a date for release of MCOC PC version. Again, we'll have to see if that's going to be an extended out to more countries or they've got a go live date for that. This is your final reminder as well when it comes to points, because the Banquet points that you can get from the web store need to be kind of had, and by the time this video has gone out, you should be able to get your +6, your final one, to get yourself some more points. So yeah, free market points, the +6 should have dropped by now. This is your last time chance to grab it before I think the ability to claim it ends. And of course that gives a little bit more free points. I am 1 point away, and I think that's because I missed one day, I think Christmas Day, because, you know, it's an important time to spend with family, not play MCOC. No disrespect to the game, but, you know, I've got to take some time off away from it whenever I can. But that is going to be the opportunity, isn't it? Grab some more Banquet points, and I think that might have helped to contribute to a lot of points rises in the Realm event. We'll talk about that as the final story for today. Next up, and on to what could be a bit of a mystery with the Titan Crystal Nexuses and a potential double gift. Now, this is very much unverified. There's certain things that make you go, question mark. So this is, I will say Jesus. Jesus has here an image of 2 champions, 2 7-star Nexuses. Why are they 7-star Nexus? Can you verify the 7-star Nexus? Well, number one, he's asking the question. Number two, it's there as, you know, 1 Titan Crystal Nexus there, 1 Nexus there, both the champions there, and both there. This is still unverified to kind of, you know, 100% find out, were these actually from the holiday gift? Either way, it's a good thing that it's there. And it's not out of the realms of ridiculous. I say that because there's been times in the past where Kabam have given out, like, there's been like double of one thing, and you're like, this is saying good, but obviously good for the player that got them. Even more so because they got 2 to 3 generic gems, which, as you know, was part of the gift for those that were valiant. I think this is the point that I actually agree with here. Like, there's nothing really that can be done, and fair play to the person that picked up all this. What they're supposed to do about it, you already got the rewards, open the crystals, and will most likely use the 2-3 gem before Kabam responds. He didn't do anything wrong, as this is an error on Kabam's part, not his. Let the man enjoy his double rewards. Yeah, it's just a mystery, isn't it, as to how that's actually happened. But fair play. I'm the same kind of ilk, because I'm just like, I would have loved an extra 2 to 3 7-star gem. That would have made the whole kind of Endeavour with Banquet event for me more interesting, more fun, and yeah, more enjoyable. So at least someone's getting a bit of luck around this this time. So fair play. Let's move on to the next story, shall we? He did indeed, and this is verified then, and he did get those double rewards. Spicy. Okay, this is really interesting. Cat Murdoch was doing a giveaway. I'll put a link in the description to this, but I think it's over by the time that you're seeing this. I did a retweet, so hopefully people got involved with this because it is a lot of fun, and especially to win a 7-star Nexus. Now, it did open up the possibility of a further question about this, which I have asked Kabam, and I'm hoping to get a response back at a later date. So, one of my big questions about that was, could we, as content creators, because obviously this was something special that's done for Cat, that's brilliant. It's good to see that Kabam are allowing special promo codes for content creators and as well just general people do giveaways and things like that. But it did get me thinking of the extent of creating promo codes, or at least buying things for other people, or setting up my own creator giveaway based on me buying something, creating a promo code for it, and then saying, okay, then I would do a giveaway. And I hope that's something down the line that could be done. There are big reservations that if Kabam put in something where you go buy and then generates a promo code, or what you do is you're able to set it to a certain person's account, then that's great, and I can run giveaways in the future, which I really would rate. But I don't know if Kabam would go for it. Either way, I thought that it would be something cool to kind of pitch to them, say, hey, do you have any plans? Or is it something that we could do in the future to go, I'm buying something, I'm buying it for this person because I'm doing a giveaway on my channel. Would also you be able to go, I'm going to buy this for like a brother or a sister or a cousin, a relative, dad, or whatever, or mum that plays Marvel Contest of Champions, and send it to their accounts. That would be pretty cool to do, and whether or not we get that in the future, we'll have to see. Next up, the Realm event. The Realm event is going relatively well, depending on how you look at it, if you are spending or not spending. DNA 3000 has a post tracking the performance of how things have gone, and of course will do. And you know, we are tailing off, but I think for Kabam, it's been a great event. Probably financially, it definitely has been. And of course from a player base, depending on how many units you invested in as to what you've got out for it. By the time this video goes out, you've probably got yourself the rank 2 to 3 gem, which is incredibly positive news for it. And the extra milestone things in the Realm event don't really seem... If you like your Titan Crystal Shards, then of course you're going to get them. That's great. I already made a decision on what I'm doing with it. I'm hoping actually in the next 2 to 3 days to do a little bit more in Necropolis. But I'm getting a bit bored really with Necropolis, to be truthful. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to like more the events coming in next month than anything. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to catch up in January with stuff. And at least want to do the next one will probably be doing the Thanos one with the team, the Deathless team. That'll be exciting. Either way, things have gone really well with the Banquet event. So much so that, of course, performance is high. There is even more to that because, and I don't know if I'm going to have done a separate video on this one, but it's just nuts. Like, Super Bros, by the way, shout out to Super Bros. Super Bros at the moment is basically funding the developers for this year. That's the equivalent to, what is it, two games devs plus maybe 2.5 game devs, probably at least. That's could be 3 or 4 members of Kabam employed for a year. Yeah, they've made a lot more money than that, and that's not the point. The point, of course, if we're going to talk about financials and we're going to talk about the point about people putting excessive money into the game, then we're talking about Netmarble looking after these devs and at least saying to them, okay, what do you need resource wise, and actually giving it to them rather than stripping the team and focusing more about profits, which, you know, that is the problem with publishers, especially Netmarble and other ones as well. But in any case, back to the point of this, Super Bros is now up to 3 rank 4 7 stars. It is nuts, absolutely nuts. And if you didn't think that an Onslaught at rank 4 was scary, what about a Shafra at rank 4? By the way, love that as an attacking champion. That's going to be incredible. Love to see some footage of that. However, Serpent at rank 4 is equally as scary as an Onslaught at rank 4 as a 7 star. So shout out to Super Bros. And of course, that could be 126k USD. Maybe. It could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more. It just depends on how many 3 points, and also the extent of other points from events from the web store kind of linked into this. That is incredible, absolutely incredible. If that's after initial 2 rank 4s, he had 4 million points last I saw, which is 86k USD, and of course that's gone up now to 126k estimate. That's just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. And what's everyone's thoughts on this? I know people have gone like, "Wow, that's an excessive amount of money," and it is. It is. It makes me kind of just go, "Oh my god!" But they're obviously wealthy enough that this, I don't know, is nothing to them. So fair play for how they've earned their money. And if you've got the expendable income, then you might want to enjoy it, but at the same time, oh my god, oh my word. It's good. The surprising thing, the more you think about it, is in about a year's time, we would have got that already, and for free, especially if you're non-spending. So in a year's time, you're probably going to be sitting on exactly the same or close to. And we'll have to see. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video from now and look at this particular investment and look at when it was free and go, oh, do you know what? I could have got here quicker. I could have got here a year ago, but hey, it would have cost me $126,000 to do so. And on that bombshell, that's going to be the end of the MCN today. What are your thoughts on some of the matters raised? Check out some other content located on screen, and also check out the roadmap video to find out what's happening on the channel in the next few months, next 6 months of the first year. And see you soon. Bye.